We're back riding high above the Orlando Health Training Ground at Osceola Heritage Park on this Friday evening, celebrating history that was made in our city this weekend. And the man who smashed a remarkable record, he himself joins us in studio in just a bit. We will be looking ahead to another partidazo as LA Galaxy make a rare stop in Central Florida. We speak to Orlando Pride's newest star, Amanda Allen, shining for Canada and gearing up to shine in purple as well. And Orlando City and Orlando Pride joined OUC's Earth Month volunteer project. And even Kingston had some fun. Orlando Soccer Insider starts right now. Hey there, and welcome into yet another edition of Orlando Soccer Insider, your one-stop shop for everything related to the beautiful game in the city beautiful. I'm Gabrielle Amado, flanked by, once again, the man, the myth, the Orlando City legend, Miguel Gallardo. Fun to be back.
I'm excited. We have a really fun, packed show. I can't wait to get going.
We do. It was a historic weekend, as I said in our show open, right here in the city beautiful. Robin Jansson making an incredible 127 appearances in purple for Orlando City, a record that dates all the way back to March 12th, 2019, when he officially put pen to paper on that contract. And just like that, the Viking, Robin Jansson, joins us in studio. Robin, thank you for the time. Did you think that your story would go as it did, dating all the way back to 2019 and now today, 5 seasons?
No, I wouldn't say so. It's a little bit strange, but I'm very happy over my journey, and I have tried to put my everything in there to help the team in the best way that I can, and trying to be very professional, taking care of my body, and just enjoying what I love to do the most.
All right, let's take it back a little bit, okay? So you have now cemented yourself as one of the best center backs in the league, one of the fan favorites for Orlando City, but 6 years ago, your story was a little bit different. You were working in a horseshoe factory. Tell us about that journey.
Oh, yeah, as I said before, it's a funny journey. Back then, I didn't have like any like thoughts of becoming professional. I just was back home in my village, working, having fun with my friends and my family, and I went to this third division team in Sweden and jumped on the train in the last minute, and just see where the train takes me, if it goes further or if I'm just staying back there in the end of the train station. But I was lucky, and I did some good stuff. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here or having my career that late. So I'm very happy for that, and have always put, even when I was working, tried to be very professional when I played back home in the third division team, to let myself have the chance to maybe try to get somewhere. Yeah. But if I didn't make it, I wouldn't be sad or so. But it's just a lucky train.
Life truly is a journey. I don't think luck had a lot to do with it, though. You are such a hardworking, top-class professional. How have you evolved, both as a player but also as a human here in Orlando?
I think I have become even more professional, recognizing my body even better, getting a lot of help from the ATs and the doctors, getting my body in good shape, staying away from injuries. Knock on wood. Last year I had my first really bad injury that kept me away for a while, which I haven't had during my professional career really. So now it's just to get back on track and keep taking care of my body and putting myself in the best position to be able to be out there.
I think you have to get Miguel in the gym ASAP,
oh, wow.
because he's been telling me, he's really been trying to lift,
Well, speaking about, doing things outside of the playing pitch, for me, to be able to perform, you have to be happy where you live. And it seems like you're really having a good time here in Orlando. Tell us, what do you do off the field besides obviously going to the beach to get that tan?
No, actually, I don't go to the beach that much. I like to go to the pool because I hate the sand, getting sand on the toes and on my body and stuff like that. Yeah.
Clean freak.
So I like to go to the pool. I like to go out and swing some balls on the golf course. It was a long time ago, but I like the top golf. I'm very bad, but it's as long as it's fun and brings you joy, it makes sense, right? So I wouldn't say that I stay on the fairway all the time. So.
Well, Duncan McGuire, we had him on the show last week, and he actually loves to golf as well. He already booked a tee time with Miguel, so I think you're coming too now.
No,
are you ready to go?
I'm ready to go, but I don't know if I'm on that level, but I can drive the caddy.
No, I'm driving the golf cart. We can both drive the golf cart then. Robin, always a pleasure to have you in studio here. We wish you the best of luck. We're hoping for another 127 appearances. We absolutely love to have you.
Thank you.
Orlando City taking on LA Galaxy this weekend. Robin will be on the pitch, fingers crossed. Let's check out some past performances.
We are ready to go for kickoff Orlando City to the LA Galaxy.
Look at Facundo Torres all by himself. Who's keeping tabs on? Ball into the middle. Here's the good chance for Orlando! Orlando City come into the City of Angels and come away with a ginormous victory.
Miguel, it's really not every weekend that LA Galaxy come to town.
I'm excited about it because not every weekend you get one of the most iconic, legendary franchise in Major League Soccer. And they are one of the original teams. And they are the winningest team in Major League Soccer with 5 championships. So for us to be able to welcome them here in Central Florida, I'm excited about it. They are full of stars. This is a team that's not as good as it was in the past, but they do come from a winning result. Their first win of the season, but they have their talisman back, which is Chicharito, a Mexican legend.
Let's break this all down. It's time for our keys to the match presented by Exploria Resorts. You touched on some of the points that we're going to make here, but I want to begin with the home team, Orlando City. Get your tickets if you haven't already. This is going to be a massive match because Orlando City are looking to bounce back on home soil and make a statement, Miguel.
My favorite word, bounce back ability. And championship caliber teams, Gabby, they have that ability to come back from negative results. They're obviously coming off a loss against DC United at home. And so now this is when the leaders have to step up and demand from the rest of the teammates to make sure that they are performing at the best of their abilities, but also help them relieve some of the pressure that comes with having back-to-back bad results. It is very important that they become strong at home, especially when they're about to start to travel.
Yeah, and nobody wants to turn that kind of storyline around more than the players themselves. Let's talk about the players who are going to make their way onto the pitch. Duncan McGuire, once again, scoring against DC United. You want to focus, though, on Orlando City's transition game.
Yeah, I think it's very important for Orlando City to have a clear plan and strategy going into this game. And what does that look like? For me, LA Galaxy is one of the best teams when it comes to the possession of the ball. They're actually third in the highest percentage in the league with over 50%. They had 62% against Austin FC in their win last weekend. And even though Orlando City likes the ball as well, for me, Orlando City is also comfortable without the ball. So are you okay with giving them that protagonism of the possession of the ball and allowing some of their best players to think that they have control of the game, stay nice and compact, well organized, and hit them on the counterattack with the speedy players that Orlando City has at their disposal?
Speaking of some of that speed, we saw that come into play. Facundo Torres scoring against LA in LA last season for his first ever goal in purple. We just played that goal for you guys, so I'm sure you enjoyed it. But that's the kind of action that we want to see, Miguel.
Absolutely, and especially those players, designated players, stepping up. Of course, it takes more than the designated players, but I think this is a game that Facundo Torres is going to remember with some joy and be even more pumped about it.
Certainly, and then let's talk about the opposition. LA Galaxy with a lot of star power, 2 big names, Chicharito Ricky Puig.
That's right. Ricky Puig is a young Spanish player coming from La Masia, which is the academy of one of the most prestigious clubs in the world, which is Barcelona. And this guy is as good as he gets when it comes to controlling the tempo of the game. His quality on the ball is second to none. He really is a fantastic player that likes to control the game, likes to get on the ball in different areas. Now, they also have Chicharito up top, and Chicharito is one of the best Mexican players that the game has ever seen. And with all that experience in the Premier League and the Spanish La Liga, that connection with Puig is very important. They connected to score that one goal from Chicharito last weekend that allowed him ultimately to get that result. For me, can you stop Ricky Puig from getting on the ball? And you solve the Chicharito problem by not letting him get on the ball as often and as much as he likes.
Yeah, it's certainly going to be a team effort for Orlando City this weekend at Exploria Stadium. We hope to see you all there. And the question is, who's going to come out the big star? We here on the show, as you guys know, we take tally of the Heineken Silver Star of the Match power rankings. Duncan Maguire picked up yet another win against DC United. He now leads the pack in his rookie season, Miguel. What a storyline this is becoming. He's got 3 wins. Pedro Galese in second place with 2. But let's talk about our captain, Mauricio Pereira. What does he like to do in his free time? What kind of films does he like to watch? I am almost positive that his answer is going to surprise you. Let's take a listen.
I love soccer since I was born because my parents told me that I kicked the ball since I was a really baby. Like 1 year old, I started to give my first steps and I started to play with the ball. But I started to play soccer with 4 or 5 years old. Lagomar is a baby soccer team in Uruguay, and I played until the 13 years old baby soccer there. And then I started to play in Nacional in my former club and the team that I played in Uruguay. So I played all the academy there, and then I played in first division there. What they told me is I'm really good technique and I have good vision and good passes. That's my fortress. I like to fight too, and I describe myself like a warrior inside of the field because I try to give everything for my teammate and for my team. Probably because it's recent, the Open Cup champion is what I have more in my mind now and my memory, because I was champion before many times in Uruguay too, but now I had the opportunity to share this moment with my kids inside of the field, and it was the first time that they look at me champion, so this was a great moment for me. Charles Chaplin. Yes, I like the films, and I like the, how do you say, classic films, you know, and I look all his filmography and I like him. I read his, how do you say, autobiography, and I like a lot, so I think he's an interesting person. No, the way that I am outside and the people look is how I am. Outside of the field too, and at home I am like this. Probably that I like to watch movies from, I don't know, 1940, 1930, 1950. I like this kind of movie, and this is something interesting, or maybe not normal, no?
No, it is very interesting. How did you get into that?
I had one of my best friends, he loves cine. And he started to advise me like many films, and I started to see a couple and I started to like it. And then when I was younger, when 20, 21 years old, I started to see like every day like 1-2 movies. When I was in the pre-season or when I was in some travel or something like that. Now I'm a little more quiet and I am more like a Netflix guy, you know, like trying to see some series and not many movies, but that's something interesting.
Orlando Soccer Insider is presented by Orlando Health and Exploria Resorts.
It's the shopping event of the year. The one sales event you don't want to miss. Now at your local Ford dealers, Spring Sell-a-thon. Get great deals on Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks, 46 years straight. Don't miss 0% financing plus $1,000 bonus cash on a 2022 Ford F-150. And check out the 2023 F-150 with available Ford Blue Cruise, the hands-free highway driving technology. Hurry into the Spring Sell-a-thon, only at your local Ford dealer.
Mr. Harris, we're ready for you.
Wow, look at all these jerseys. You treat all these athletes?
Yes, sir. Got the top orthopedic specialist right on the sideline.
Wait, who's this?
That's Stan. Had a pretty nasty run-in with a filing cabinet, but one of our hand specialists got him back on his game.
Wow.
Whether you're a professional athlete or Stan, the world-class team at Orlando Health Jewett Orthopedic Institute is here for you. Orlando Health. Choose well.
Welcome back into Orlando Soccer Insider. What were you doing at 18 years old, Miguel? Were you turning pro, representing your country?
Probably not doing my homework.
That sounds just about right to me. Well, Amanda Allen, she is doing all of the above and more, and she's about to do it in purple. We are thrilled to have her join us right now. Amanda, thank you so much for the time. Welcome to Orlando. You've just officially had your first couple of days of training with Orlando Pride. How has it been going?
I feel really, really good. I'm very excited to be a part of this team, so ready to get going.
Now, Amanda, you just returned from international duty, first with the senior national team, and then you were with the U20s helping them qualify. What is it like to represent your country?
That's also been a dream of mine since I was very, very young, to play for my country, and I'm very proud to wear the badge, you know. To be able to help the U20s qualify CONCACAF obviously means everything to me, and then to go to CONCACAF and you know, kill it there too. And then, you know, just being with the women's team, getting that level of experience as well, which is a different level. So really enjoying it and very proud to be a representative of the badge.
That is wonderful that you get to represent your country. What a privilege, and I'm sure that you are very, very proud about that. Let's talk about your mentality coming into a new club. As a player, I imagine you envisioned yourself scoring goals or making some defensive plays, you know, you name it. But what kind of impact do you envision yourself having with this team?
Well, my identity is at speed, honestly, and you know, my abilities to go 1v1 and shoot. So you know, that's what I'm looking to bring. It's just that very attacking-minded, straightforward. You know, just go to goal and, you know, score goals as much as I can and take on players and, you know, win us games.
Well, we here on the show, we're all about the fun side of people's personalities as well. Amanda, what do you do off the pitch? What are some of your hobbies that may surprise some of our audience members?
I listen to music a lot. I'm normally just, you know, chilling, watching Netflix or listening to music. Honestly, I don't do too much off the field. I'm always thinking about soccer, watching soccer. I sit down with my dad a lot and go over film and watch games, Premier League games, Champions League games. So that's normally what I'm doing when I have time off.
What a privilege, Miguel, it is to have Amanda in the City Beautiful. I cannot wait to see her in action. And all of you tuning in, you can see her live at Exploria Stadium, not this weekend, but next weekend when Orlando Pride take on Louisville. We do want to let you know that tickets are, of course, on sale. May 6th is the day, so get them while you can and come support your Pride. And speaking of stars like Amanda Allen, we, of course, have our Star of the Match Power Rankings presented by Heineken Silver. Kylie Strom adds herself to the Power Rankings list. So Messiah Bright, Adriana, Kaylee Collins, and Kylie Strom now all with a win apiece. And a woman who, unfortunately, is not on that list, although I do think that the fans should have included her. She's already opened her scoring account with Orlando City. Allie Watt. She's probably going to have a question for you, Miguel. Do you like to read?
Oh, you're putting me on the spot here. Yes, Twitter news and some TikToks. They have captions in the bottom. I read those. What a terrible inspiration I am for kids. No, yes, read, kids. It's an important thing to do, and I love to read it. Last book I read, Huckleberry Finn in high school.
I don't think that you're fully telling the truth, but Ali Watt, she does love to read. Let's listen into her little world and how she allows her other players as well, her friends, into her world as well. Let's listen in.
I think me wanting to be a pro soccer player kind of just been ingrained in my mind since the beginning. That's always just been the goal, to just play as long as I wanted to. So growing up, when I've heard like there's actual like women's soccer leagues around the world, and then it finally came here again, I was just pumped, and like that's always been the goal, like working towards college, and just everything I did growing up like in club was essentially to get to this moment, to this part of my career. My brother kind of started me in it, but like there's never a time when I don't remember soccer being in my life, so. My style of play is pretty direct. I just try to go to goal, fast pace, my attributes, my speed, so going behind, so I would say pretty direct and aggressive. The most memorable part of my career so far, I would say probably my first game back from ACL. It just was a longer journey than I anticipated, but like you learn a lot about yourself mentally, physically, and emotionally, and just grow on and off the field. And I think you work so much for that one moment, because like feel like your identity's gone for a second, so you kind of get that realization, like humble yourself to be like, I'm more than just a player. But finally getting back to being on the field again after what, it was 14 months of hard rehab and 4 knee procedures, and it was worth every tear, blood, sweat, all that stuff I had to go through to get there. So I think that's probably like the most memorable one, because you just like don't want to take this career for granted and like what I'm doing for granted. So recently, my hobby has been reading. Hi, I'm Ali Watt. I read 13 books already this year. Currently on my 14th, it is over there in the meal room, and it's almost done. I have a little stamp that says, from the Library of Ali Watt. If my teammate checks out a book, it has to have the stamp on it. I think something I want people to know about me is just, as scary I might be on the field, I promise I'm nice, and I'm really fun.
Hi, let me go get your mail.
Never looked this good when we lived here. Where did they get this stuff?
I got it at City.
Right now at City Furniture, we'll give you 60 months special financing with no down payment and free shipping. Why? So everyone can live like this.
What's a Walt Disney World thrill feel like? It's like...
Howdy, partners!
And like... And also like... And it feels even better together. And check this out. Florida residents will be thrilled with special ticket savings. Visit DisneyWorld.com/resident to learn more. Disney thrills us like...
Stir up adventure in your kitchen. Add a spoonful of Spice World seasoning blends to any dish. Top it, stir it, toss it. Spice World seasoning blends. Adventure's just a spoonful away.
Whether traveling for business or pleasure, Orlando International Airport offers more choices in domestic and international destinations, conveniences, and amenities. And the choices don't stop there. MCO features over 30 airlines, expedited security screening options, and a Hyatt Regency hotel. Choices of lounges with local and national dining, and shopping options as far as the eye can see. MCO, your Florida airport of choice.
Deliver yourself. The Audi Q5.
Me time?
is Melts time. It's cheesy, so crispy, loaded with toppings, and just $6.99. Enough for two, price for one. Pizza Hut Melts, just $6.99.
Welcome back into the Orlando Soccer Insider. Look at Kingston having a blast as he, along with Orlando Pride and Orlando City, participated in rebuilding a community garden at the Orlando Union Rescue Mission. They raked, there was some mulching, some planting. Kingston literally did it all. And Miguel, the Orlando Union Rescue Mission is one of Central Florida's oldest and largest homeless service providers. Yet another fabulous addition to our community report. We're going to switch gears, head over to our purple pipeline because it was quite the weekend for our academy kids as well. Both the U15s and the U17s were in action in New England. Unfortunately, the U17s lost 2-1, but the U15s, they snagged a 2-1 win. Jacob Garcia and Jarrell Bonilla on the score sheet for that one. Great to see the kids doing good.
Absolutely. And great to see the 15s avenge the 17s, right? And again, this isn't about results. This is about developing players. But as I said before, getting results gets confidence to the project and the players to keep going, to trust the process, to trust the coaches, knowing that they have the best interest for them. But the goal is to get players to that first team. And there's a lot of talent in the young ranks.
It is certainly the mission of all. We do want to switch gears and go over to OCB, Orlando City B, who extended their unbeaten run on home soil. What a fortress this ground has become for them. They picked up a 2-2 draw against NYC FC 2 and then got the extra point in a PK shootout. But shout out to Nabi Kibunguchi on the score sheet not once but twice, Miguel.
It's important. It's a new player for Orlando City B. It's a very young and very talented player. He was drafted 16th overall in the 2021 draft by Minnesota United. He had some time there with them, but he also has already some professional experience with Sacramento Republic, a team in the USL Championships. You guys can remember that team because that's the team we faced in the US Open Cup final last year and got that first trophy for the club in the MLS era. It's important to have young players that are hungry, that already have some experience, to keep molding them into players that can ultimately contribute to the first team, get valuable minutes, and become just the best players that they can be.
So congratulations to OCB. And they had a bit of that bounce back ability, as you talked about, overcoming their loss to Atlanta United just last week. We do want to let you know, though, of course, Orlando City taking on LA Galaxy on Saturday at Exploria Stadium. Miguel, what's your message to the fans? Why do they have to get out there?
And listen, there's a lot of new teams now coming into Major League Soccer. Every year there's new franchises, but for me, LA Galaxy is one of the staples of this organization, of this league, one of the most legendary teams in this league, one of the originals, and they have players like Ricky Puig, a young, super talented player from Spain, and also one of the best players that Mexico has ever seen, Chicharito, scoring goals for Manchester United, Real Madrid. It's going to be an absolute joy to be there and watch this game. And I get to call it for Apple TV again.
Yes, so listen in for Miguel on the call in Espanol and come out and support your Lions. They truly do need it as they look to get back to winning ways on home soil. We also want to let you know that Kickoff Minus 60, our pregame show, is going to air over on the Lion Nation TV app, so you won't want to miss that one either. From myself and Miguel, it's bye for now, but we'll see you next Friday. Orlando Soccer Insider presented by Exploria Resorts, Orlando Health, Walt Disney World, Ford.
Are you passionate about making the world a better place for future generations? So are we. At OUC, we're powering the future, protecting the environment, and using renewable resources so we can help spark change. By adding electric vehicle chargers throughout Orlando, we're making it easier and more convenient than ever to do the right thing. When you plug into the future and drive electric, everybody wins.
Me time is Melts time. It's cheesy, so crispy, loaded with toppings, and just $6.99. Enough for two, price for one. Pizza Hut melts, just $6.99.
Stir up adventure in your kitchen. Add a spoonful of Spice World seasoning blends to any dish. Stir it, top it, toss it. Spice World seasoning blends. Adventure's just a spoonful away.
If new Heineken Silver was a riveting Viking saga.
Last 12, your family tortured my first wife and stole my second favorite goat. Now you want to marry my daughter. Okay.
All the taste, no bitter endings. Crisp and refreshing Heineken Silver.